Okay, let's just jump right in. I think almost everyone has had this exact fantasy. You know the one. You're driving home, it's the middle of winter, it's pitch black at 4:30 in the afternoon, and you just think, I would pay any amount of money to just be inside a sauna right now.
Oh, absolutely. The personal sanctuary dream. It's this universal desire to just escape the cold and the stress.
Right. But then the logical part of your brain kicks in and just ruins it. You start thinking about contractors, electricians, tearing up drywall.
You dust everywhere.
Yeah, the dust, the cost, the permits, and suddenly that dream it evaporates. It feels completely impossible.
It's a huge barrier. I mean, usually when you talk about a home sauna, you're really talking about a major renovation project.
Yeah, exactly.
And that stops, 99% of people from ever even trying.
But what if it wasn't? That's the big question we're tackling today. We're doing a deep dive on a piece of kit that claims to completely bypass all that mess.
We are looking at the dynamic infrared Maxxus Aspen 2-person sauna.
Also known as the Life Sauna Aspen, right?
Yeah, you'll see it under both names. And our mission here is really specific. We're not just reading the brochure. We want to know if this whole plug-and-play promise is actually real.
Exactly. Can a wooden box that you plug into a normal wall outlet actually give you a real spa experience?
Or is it just a warm closet? That's what we need to find out. We've gone through the tech specs, the safety certs, and most importantly, over 50 verified customer reviews from this year to get the real story.
Okay, so let's start with the basics, the physical reality of it. When this thing shows up at your door, what are we actually looking at? Because the pictures make it look cozy.
Cozy is a very polite and accurate word for it. It's designed for a small footprint. The exterior is about 6'3" high, maybe 3.5 feet wide.
So not much bigger than a large armchair.
Pretty much. You could tuck it into the corner of a bedroom. Now, they do call it a 2-person sauna. Technically, yes, you can fit 2 adults inside. But let's manage expectations. The interior floor space is just under 4 feet by 3 feet. You're going to be close.
So this is knees touching close, not let's have a business meeting close.
Exactly. And it is a seated-only experience. You know that image of lying down on a big cedar bench?
Yeah.
That is not happening in here. You are sitting up, side by side.
Got it. No sauna yoga. So let's talk about what it's made of. I saw it's solid Canadian hemlock. To me, wood is wood. Why does that matter?
Oh, it matters a lot for a couple of reasons. Traditionally, you'd see saunas made from cedar, and cedar's great, but it has a very, very strong smell.
Right, that sort of hamster cage smell when it gets hot.
Exactly. Some people love it, but for a lot of people, it's just overwhelming in a small space. Hemlock is basically scent neutral. It's hypoallergenic.
Okay, so it doesn't attack your senses.
Right. And maybe more importantly, hemlock is a low resin wood.
Low resin, so no sap.
Precisely. You heat up a wood like pine, and the sap can start to ooze out, get sticky, release fumes. Hemlock just stays clean and dry. It also doesn't warp easily, which is crucial for something that's constantly heating and cooling.
That makes sense. And aesthetically, it has that big glass door on the front.
That's a key design choice. It makes it feel much less claustrophobic. But you'll notice the sidewalls are solid wood. That's for heat retention. It's a balance.
Okay, so it fits in a room. It looks good. Let's get to the engine. How does this thing actually heat you? The specs talk about a 6-heater configuration and dual tech. What is that?
So this is where it gets interesting. Most basic infrared saunas use carbon panels. This one mixes 2 different technologies. You've got 5 large carbon heaters on the back and side walls.
Okay, so that's for like surround heat.
Yep. A nice even blanket of warmth. But then they added a 6th heater, and this is the dual tech part. It's a bioceramic heater.
What now?
Bioceramic,
Yeah.
They're smaller, but they put out a more focused, intense heat. And they put this one in a very specific place under the bench.
Under the bench. So it's aimed at your calves and feet.
Exactly. And that solves one of the biggest complaints with saunas. Heat rises, right? So your head and shoulders are roasting, but your feet can be cold.
I know that feeling. My face is melting, but my toes are freezing.
This heater targets your lower body, pushing circulation from the bottom up. It creates a much more even heat. It's a really smart detail you don't usually see at this price point.
That is smart.
Yeah.
But let's clarify, for people used to a traditional steam room, this is far infrared. How is that different?
Okay, so think of a traditional Finnish sauna as an oven. It heats the air to, say, 180, 190 degrees. That hot air then heats your skin.
Right, which is why it can feel hard to breathe sometimes.
Exactly. Infrared is different. It uses a specific spectrum of light to heat your body directly. It's like standing in the sun on a cold day. The air is chilly, but you feel the sun's warmth sinking into your skin.
So it's heating me, not just the room.
Pretty much. The specs say the waves penetrate up to 1.5 inches into your tissue, so you get this deep, profound sweat, but at a much lower air temperature, like 120 to 140 degrees.
Which is why people find it more tolerable. You can breathe easily, but you're still pouring sweat.
You get the result without the stress. And that brings us to the biggest selling point of this model, the plug-and-play thing.
Yes, this is what got me. I assumed it would need some kind of special heavy-duty wiring.
Nope. It runs on a standard 110-volt, 15-amp outlet. If you can plug in a vacuum cleaner, you can plug in this sauna.
That is a huge deal, especially for renters.
It totally democratizes it. You can put it anywhere you have a normal plug. I should say, though, the sources recommend a dedicated circuit.
Yeah.
Meaning, don't run it on the same circuit as your microwave and a space heater at the same time. It draws a lot of power, so you don't want to be tripping your breaker.
Good tip. So give it its own lane.
Exactly.
And what about the extras? I saw it has colored lights.
Yeah, the infracolor system. It's chromotherapy. It can cycle through different colors, blue, green, red. A lot of users say it really enhances the mood and helps them relax.
Has speakers?
It does have speakers, but this is one of the quirks. It has an MP3O connection.
An O cord.
Yeah.
2027.
An O core. No built-in Bluetooth or radio. You have to physically plug your device in.
Okay, hold that thought, because I read some very funny reviews about that exact thing. Let's get into the reality check. What are the real pros and cons here?
So the number one pro, according to almost every review, is the assembly.
Right. I'm picturing a full-on IKEA nightmare.
You'd think so, but it uses this clever clasp and buckle system, like the latches on a ski boot. No drills, no saws. Most people say it took them 1 to 2 hours with 2 people.
Well, one review I saw called it shockingly easy. That's high praise.
It really is. Another huge pro is the cost, both to buy and to run. It's around $1,600 on sale versus, $3,000 to $5,000 for a custom build.
And running it is cheap.
It's super cheap, between 40 cents and maybe $1.20 an hour, depending on your electricity rates. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee.
Oh.
And the last big pro is safety, specifically low EMFs.
Electromagnetic fields.
Yeah. Some people are very concerned about exposure. This unit is specifically engineered to be super low EMF, usually under 3 milligauss during use, which is well within the safe range. You're not sitting in a high radiation zone.
Okay, that all sounds great. But there have to be downsides. What's the trade-off?
The biggest one, the most common complaint, is the heat up time.
Oh, because it's just on a standard outlet.
Exactly. It just doesn't have the raw power. You're looking at 30, maybe 40 minutes to get up to a good sweating temperature, like 130 degrees.
So it's not instant. You can't just hop in.
No. You have to plan your session, turn it on, go do the dishes, then get in. If you're impatient, this is not for you.
The max temp is only 140 Fahrenheit, right?
Correct. Which is plenty for infrared to make you sweat buckets, but if you're a traditionalist who needs that 190-degree blast furnace feeling, this is going to feel lukewarm.
Okay, so the heat masochist should look elsewhere.
Definitely. And then there are the design quirks we mentioned.
Oh, the audio jack. Tell me about this. It's in the ceiling.
It is. It's on the ceiling panel inside the unit, which means you plug in your phone and you've just got this wire dangling down in the middle of the sauna.
That seems like an afterthought. Where should we put the jack? I don't know, just stick it on the roof.
It's a definite design flaw. And the last thing is just a minor durability note. One long-term reviewer mentioned a little bit of wood wear on the bench after heavy use without a towel.
Which you should be using anyway.
Right. It's just good hygiene.
Okay, so let's talk about what the users are saying. The vibe from those 50-plus reviews.
Overwhelmingly positive. A 4.8 out of 5-star rating. People seem to love it, as long as they know what they're getting.
And the sweat factor seems to be real. I saw tons of comments saying even though the air is only 140, they are drenched in 30 minutes.
Yes, that confirms the infrared is doing its job. A lot of users have a clever trick, too. They get in when it hits 120 and just ride the temperature up.
That's a great idea. Kills the wait time. And I love the assembly story from that couple in North Carolina. They said, and I quote, "We are terrible at assembling." I felt that. but they still did it easily.
It really speaks to the design, and people are getting creative with the flaws. Remember the ceiling jack?
Right.
One user installed a Google Chromecast audio up there. Another just used a cheap little Bluetooth receiver with Velcro. Problem solved.
See, that's fantastic. Modern problems, modern solutions.
But the best reviews are about the health benefits. People treating arthritis, bursitis, or just the winter blues. Someone said the cozy factor of sitting in it while it snowed outside was just incredible.
Becomes a mental health escape too, not just physical.
Absolutely.
So putting it all together, who is the perfect person for this sauna?
I think it's 3 groups. First, renters or anyone who can't mess with their electrical panel. If you need a standard plug, this is your best option.
The non-renovators. Got it.
Second, people looking for therapeutic benefits, joint pain relief, circulation, more than just extreme heat.
And third,
The budget conscious. If you want a daily wellness habit without a crazy price tag or a gym fee, this pays for itself very quickly.
and who should just, steer clear?
The heat masochist. If you need 190 degrees, just don't even think about it.
Right.
Also, really tall people, maybe over 6'3" or 4", might feel cramped. And obviously, anyone trying to put it outdoors, it is strictly an indoor machine.
So if you're a 7-foot-tall heat lover who wants a sauna on your porch, this is not the one.
This is definitely not the one.
So what's the final verdict here?
At the end of the day, the dynamic Maxxus Aspen is a really high-value entry point into home wellness. You trade heat-up speed and extreme temperatures for incredible convenience, safety, and ease of installation. It proves that plug-and-play wellness is real.
It really makes you think about this cultural shift, right? We used to go to public places for this stuff, the gym, the spa. Now, technology like low EMF infrared is letting people create these little private sanctuaries in a corner of their own home.
It is. It brings wellness home, and it turns it from an event you have to schedule into a daily habit that's just there.
Well, if that sounds like something you need, if you're ready to turn a corner of your home into your own personal spa, we've put a link in the description for you to check out the dynamic Maxxus Aspen.
It could be the best thing you buy yourself all winter. Just remember to grab a Bluetooth adapter for that ceiling jack.
Essential advice. Thanks for breaking this all down.
Anytime. Stay healthy, everyone.
Begin to feel the fire.